Hi, this is Tracy HD, and I want to thank you for joining me today for our daily Oracle and Tarot card reading. And today's reading is going to be the weekend reading, and it's going to cover Friday, October 2nd, Saturday, October 3rd, and Sunday, October 4th. And I cannot believe it's October already. It was just New Year's, and the year is over. It's over. It's coming to a close. We still have a few months left, but I can't believe it's October. We're using the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck all this week. And let's get started on the reading. As I shuffle the deck, I'm asking all light beings, angels, and God, please relay the message I need to share with my viewers for the highest good of all. Okay, we have choice. We have awakening. And we have intuition. Oh, this looks like a really nice weekend. So, we first start out with choice. Okay. And it's a beautiful woman in a red dress, and she's looking downward. She looks like she needs to make a decision about something. She's in deep thought, and there is a beautiful dove, okay? She has a very serious look to herself. Choice. What I get from Spirit with this card is our life, okay, to this point, whatever type of life we're living, okay, is based on all the choices we have made up to this point. You choose the life that you want to live. Sometimes people say, well, I don't have a choice. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to work. I have to, scrape to get by. I don't have enough this or that. But believe me, if you have that type of attitude, okay, how could I put it? If you have an attitude of lack, that's exactly how your life is going to feel, okay? We ultimately choose, okay, the relationships that we enter into. Nobody's forcing you to get married. Nobody's forcing you to date someone. Nobody's even forcing you to like someone. You choose who you want to spend your time with. You also choose to go shopping and maybe spend money you don't have, and then you end up in debt, and that only makes it worse. You choose the food that you put in your body, okay? You want to eat garbage, you want to eat fast food, it's going to catch up with you. You're not going to feel as healthy and as vibrant as you could. You choose whether you're going to exercise or not, if you're going to take care of this body or if you're going to neglect it. Our whole life is based on choices, okay? And the condition of your life right now is based on all of the choices that you've made up to this point. So if you're not living a life that you're happy about, okay, or satisfied, take a look at some of the choices that you made, okay? And decide that you're going to choose more carefully. You're not going to jump into decisions. You're going to sit back. You're going to think things through. You're going to use all of the lessons and knowledge that you've gained up to this point, okay? And you're going to make better choices. And the next card is awakening, okay? And I think this is the most important thing is when we become spiritually awakened, we start thinking in a whole different mind frame. The material things that used to matter to us before start seeming so unimportant. Okay, the things that we used to want, we're thinking, why did I ever want something like that? How could I have been that way? So many people, like I said, are going through the awakening right now, spiritual awakening. Some have already begun, some haven't begun. Some are at different levels. Some are going through different phases. But when you start to awaken spiritually, you shed your old life, you shed your old habits, you may shed your old friends. You may even leave your job like I did. Okay? It's a beautiful process. okay? And you won't even realize, or how can I say realize, you won't even recognize your old self. You'll realize that up to this point, some of the choices you've made, okay, you wouldn't even consider at this point once you start awakening. Beautiful card. And then the last card is intuition. I base my whole life on this. Everyone has intuition. It depends on whether you want to pay attention to it, whether you want to develop it, whether you want to ignore it and dismiss it as nonsense. To me, intuition and gut feelings are so important. They don't cost you a penny. They're free. It's our internal warning system that saves us from a lot of bad things that could possibly happen. It gives us insight. This card is a beautiful card. There's a dove sitting right on her shoulder. And when I think of that, I think of, it's making me think of maybe, how could I put it? That dove on her shoulder kind of reminds me of angels too, watching over her, or somebody being right there at her side. And I've always had a hard time asking for guidance or asking for help. But believe me, when I surrender whatever it is I'm going through, and I ask my angels for guidance, and I start seeing the signs, I think to myself, why did I wait so long to take advantage of that? And how many times did I ignore my intuition throughout my life when I shouldn't have ignored it? I could have saved myself a lot of heartache and pain. The older you get, the more you realize that the things that you thought were foolish and silly when you were younger, okay, could have saved you from quite a bit if you would have only taken them seriously. And there'll be people out there that will say, oh, that's just a bunch of nonsense. And that's okay, because I never force my opinions on anyone. Everyone has the right to their opinion and to decide what life is right for them. But this weekend, give your intuition, okay, the attention that it deserves. Start intuitively thinking about things. Don't dismiss signs and signals that you used to before. Triple digits are a big thing for me. I've started seeing them about 3 years ago, and they've never stopped. Call on your angels for any angelic assistance that you may need. And again, if you don't ask them for help, they will not intervene. This is going to be a beautiful weekend. Very nice cards. Think about the choices you've made up to this point, and if this is the life you really want to live, or could you live a better life if your choices were better? Gather all the knowledge and all the lessons you've learned up to this point and make them work for you. Realize that once you begin awakening like this, it is a journey like no other. It's a beautiful thing to unfold before you, but you just can't rush it. And most of all, do not ignore your intuition or your gut feelings about things. If someone doesn't seem right to you, if you just don't have a good feeling about a situation or a person or a place, trust that feeling, because it could be saving you. If you've enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to my channel, because I'll be back.